Hello and welcome back to another episode of Quantum Information. Well, if you've made it this far, I'm very impressed. It means I haven't completely bored you yet. In this video we're going to add the Space Invaders to the screen. We're going to have several rows, several columns, kind of mimicking what the original game did. And they're going to basically move from left to right, and then when they get to the edge of the screen, we'll move down and move from right to left. Now there is a difference between this and the original Space Invaders. I'm going to have very smooth movement. I don't really like the way the old Space Invaders played. It was very jerky and it was kind of giving me a headache, to be honest. I've created a new TypeScript file called Noisy Dogs, an array, and each item of the array, when executed, generates a bunch of... I've created a new waves file, which is an array of functions, and when each function is executed, it will return an array of invaders. We then add this array of invaders to the enemies object on the game class. I've simplified the webpack config because in webpack 2 we don't need the validator because the validator is actually built into the webpack. In terms of modification to the game class, we've also added the reverse enemies method that is fired once one enemy reaches one invader reaches the edge of the screen. We also have the usual methods that we move each invader with the velocities depending on the time that's elapsed. As you can also see, we batch all the update methods before the draw methods. Now let's take a deep dive into the code. I just want to cover a few things in the release. We have a new invaders class. This is an abstract class, which is a TypeScript feature, kind of similar to Java, in that an abstract class cannot be instantiated, but it can be extended by another class. For example, this light invader extends invader. Invader has some vectors and positions and stuff like this. It's a draw method, it draws a square. In the game class we have added an array of invaders, and when we want to add these invaders for a wave, get the first item of our waves array, then execute it, which then returns the array of invaders. At the moment there is nothing that can happen to the invaders, but next lesson we will create the shooting. This is our simplified webpack. Oh, by the way, this is a full screen. If you find it hard to read this, then please let me know in the comments below. We're using let, which is ES6 instead of var. We will have some better graphics next time, but I haven't incorporated it into this tutorial. Well, that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one, which will be either next week or the week after. Thank you.